So with the new update we've got quite some content to do, and there is a new mode and also a new character, which is Chizuru, the weight element, psionic type of characters. And here we're going to discuss specifically her best builds, in which team compositions you're going to use here, gears, epiphanies, how to make her working in the best possible way. Everything in pretty much details, about forbidden cards as well. I will share my opinion in terms of chaos mode, if she's great there, or maybe there might be certain struggles. We'll speak about everything. Not going to take any more time. Let's begin, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. This helps me a lot. So, first of all, we're going to start with Manifest Ego, and here I should mention that, for example, E2 sounds fairly decent. When Shadow of Moon Plus is used, create one Shadow of the Moon card. It's like going to improve your rotations of Chizuru by a lot, quite honestly, and it's going to eventually at the end deal more damage. So just to keep in mind, E2 seems kind of strong, but it's not mandatory. I'm playing her with E0 and she's doing pretty much great. Really, a lot of things are going to depend on Epiphanies, on amount of copies that you're able to receive for her, and team which you're going to play her with. The other moment is going to be about partners. So I have the signature partner and it's working fairly decent because it's going to increase our attack, it's going to increase the damage from our attack cards, provide passive damage, and also is going to deal damage when you're going to use the Ego skill, and give you one Fierce Winds, which is going to increase damage by 50% of her attack cards within a single one turn. Working great, working perfect. There are a couple of moments to keep in mind in terms of how Chizuru is going to work, but when we'll go to the topic about her cards, I'm going to mention it. About potentials, so she is kind of strong in terms of her basic cards. I mean, she might be strong depending on the team that you're going to use for her. So I personally would say that working on her node with basic cards might be beneficial, but the top priorities are going to be unique cards, obviously. Actually, this one node is going to give you one additional hit from her basic card, so this is a good one improvement. Crit chance, always great, always nice. Crit damage as well. Her final nodes are going to increase her damage output of her bin card, the last one node specifically, so it's good improvement. Me personally, I'm planning to work on her crit damage further and then unlock the final one node. It's going to improve the damage output as well, working on her basic card upgrade with potentials. That's pretty much clear. Now about memory fragments, here we have several options, let's say. Me personally, I'm using her right now with 2 set plus 12 attack. Maybe you can give her 2 set with crit damage, this is going to be fine. I'm also using her with 4 set plus 35% crit damage of 1 cost cards. Here is a flaw a little bit, because in certain cases, and based on the way how you're going to build here, you're able to decrease the cost of different attack cards. So in certain cases, yeah, she has a lot of 1 AP cards, but when you're going to bring it to 0, I guess they're not going to work. This set isn't going to work properly in such situations. What kind of alternatives we have? You need to manage AP with her really a lot, and this is going to be essential. I will also explain it, but what kind of alternatives we might use here? We have a new inhibition set which is going to work with her really great when hitting 2 times with 1 attack card plus 10% damage amount to weight cards for 1 turn, 2 times per turn. She has a lot of multi-hit cards, working great. Alternatively, you're able to use 3 different sets which are going to work with 2 pieces, and here we're speaking about, for example, 2 set which is going to increase the damage of basic cards by 20%. Not the best option probably, but option. Plus 12% attack. Where is the last one? Yeah, the Executioner's tool. So it's going to give you plus 25% crit damage. Instead of basic attack cards multiplier damage increase, you can use, if you're going to bring in your team someone who's going to apply agony stacks, the set which is going to increase your damage to opponents that are going to have, yeah, this one, agony inflictions on them by 10%. So in general, if you're playing with this build, yeah, why not? But in my opinion right now, this one set is actually going to be the best, and one with attack or one with 25% crit damage. Working on her crit chance is going to be important. We're going to keep this in mind, and now we're going to do the most interesting about her cards. So first of all, we're going to speak a little bit about her kit and the way how she is working. Overall, she has one upgrade card, which is great, which is nice. It's going to improve your performance to a certain extent, but it has a certain flaw that is going to apply inhibition effect. Basically, you won't be able to gain AP except for cases when you're going to get AP at the start of the turn or on ravage opponents, so when you're going to break them. It's quite a limitation, but it's going to give you one additional hit to Shadow of the Moon and Shadow of the Moon Plus, which is her main DPS card, let's say, so using it is really going to worth it overall. And you have different options of how you're going to decrease the cost of your cards, especially this one upgrade card. Whenever you're going to use it, there are certain epiphanies which are going to provide certain benefits. So here, just to make it simple, I believe the best one option is going to be actually the first epiphany, because it's going to decrease cost of one card until 2 random cards are used. It's going to give you a certain flexibility in terms of your ability points, yeah, because she's going to have limitation in terms of AP usage, but you're able to get from it literally 1 additional AP, because you're going to reduce the cost of random card. Random for sure, but it's better than nothing. And the second option, it's actually might be useful, but it's going to delay your performance, and it's going to require you to have certain order that you're not going to finish up your turn with your main DPS card. You need to keep something else in your hand, which might be not a good option in certain cases. The third one option, activate 2 random cards. Too much RNG, I don't really like it. The next one, activate 2 random elite cards. I didn't find it really that useful, so I would say no. And the last one, decrease cost of the card with the highest cost by 2. Maybe in a certain build there is one epiphany for her which you're able to get yourself at cost of 2, but yeah, I don't know, kinda questionable. Maybe an option. In my opinion, the best one still is the first one. The rest is up to you. Anyways, speaking of her card which is to a certain point limitation in terms of AP and the way how you're going to play here, on the other hand, is going to give you certain benefits which are going to be really important for her kit and the way how she is working. Now, when we're speaking about her main card, the main DPS card, which is Shadow of the Moon, you're able to stack it up, improve performance of this card, increase the damage and amount of hits that you're able to deal with this card. But how is this working? You need to stack such called Will o' Wisp effect 5 times, if I recall it correctly. how you're able to do it, there are a couple ways. So first of all is going to come from different Epiphanies and also from her Karmic Flames. This is the card which you're able to get yourself from the very beginning of the game and use it instantly. You're going to attack certain opponent or use it as a skill, and every time when you're going to hit this opponent, you're going to get yourself one stack of Will-O-Wisp per hit. This one card, Tsukiyomi, is going to provide you additional stacks. And yeah, in general, you just need to kind of stack it up, work on your Shadow of the Moon, use your Shadow of the Moon when you're almost at maximum amount of stacks. And here, because we have multi-hits with your basic cards and the way how you're able to play her within a certain one team, they're going to hit hard actually. The shield card, you don't need it. Now a little bit about Epiphanies, so Karmic Flames. Here we're starting with her Epiphanies. In my opinion, the best one is probably going to be also the first, because whenever you're going to use this card, you are able to deal a certain amount of damage, and especially with the boss fights, there is only one unit which you need to focus on a lot, and you're going to hit this opponent a lot. Whenever you have stack from this card, which is Cursed Shackles, is going to be applied to opponent, and you're going to use this card afterwards once again to this one mob, boss, whatever is going to be the case. You're going to deal also one additional hit, so it's going to be 2 hits of 171% damage, and this is going to be great. The second one option, which is going to decrease cost of the next card of this unit used by one, it's an option. It's going to make her more cost effective. I mean, why not? Yeah, you can use it. The other one is going to be just more damage dealt, not the best option in my opinion. And last two options, I don't know, in my opinion they're not like the best. Maybe from the point of view that you want to use your deck more cost effective, I don't know, you can use the last one option, which has exhaust effect, and whenever you're going to kill opponent, you're going to get this card back. For boss fights, it's not going to be that important. You're just going to play it from the very beginning and you're going to forget about this card. This one, 2 AP, I mean, it's a little bit expensive, but you're generating yourself one Shadow of the Moon immediately in your hand, and you're able to repeat the process with this card. But again, 2 AP, due to certain limitations of AP management, maybe it's not the best option. Going to the next one, which is going to be Tsukiyomi. So here, in my opinion, the best one is going to be again the first one, because it's going to give you 3 Will-O-Wisp for each hit of the next attack card of this unit used. And this is working great, because you don't really need to follow turns. It's not going to be related to turns. You're going to play this card, and whenever you're going to use attack card of this unit, you're going to get all the benefit from it. It might be the next turn, it might be after 2 turns, and so on and so forth. You understand the idea. And if you're going to get like multiple dupes of this card, you're able to play all of them, and it's going to be some crazy shit. You're going to go from 1 bind to maximum amount of stacks, I believe, within a single one usage of some multi-hit card. The second one option, add 1 hits to the next attack card of this unit, but it's going to give you 1 Will-O-Wisp for each hit, not a great option. Add 2 hits to the next Shadow of Moon or Shadow of Moon Plus used. You can build here around this card just to increase your damage output by a lot. It might be a viable option, but you need to build overall her deck in a way that you're going to stack this Will-O-Wisp consistently and in huge quantities, even with the fact that you're going to have this one card, for example. So it's kind of a limitation, because you're not going to get Will-O-Wisp from it but you're able to add 2 additional hits to her main DPS card, and potentially this might be really strong. Next one option isn't that great. You need to collect a lot of cards in your hand, and I don't think so that it's kind of meaningful, quite honestly. The last one option, when you have this card as an upgrade, is going to cost 1, but passively it's going to give you 2 stacks each time when you're going to use an attack card of this unit. Well, you're just using it. For example, at the very beginning you have lead effect, which may bring the cost of this card to 0, and you're activating it, and for example, if you're lucky enough to get it at the very beginning, you're just forgetting about it, you're using your all attack cards no matter what, no matter when, and you're getting yourself passively all these stacks. But still, in my opinion, like 3 stacks is going to be better overall, just in terms of her rotations. About the upgrade card, I believe we've covered this moment, so yeah, I explained it. We're going to skip it, going to the next one. Oni Hunt is actually a great one, multi-hit card, and yes, you really need to use it as a multi-hit. You're going to receive the most benefits from it when you're going to get yourself especially free multi-hits, and is going to add 40% damage amount to the next bean card used. So when, for example, you're able to use Tsukiyomi card with 3 Will-O-Wisp, when you have applied the Karmic Flames, when, for example, you have some additional ways of how you're able to get yourself Will-O-Wisp hits, multipliers, you're going to use this one Epiphany with 4 stacks, and especially if you have several copies of it in your deck, you're going to just rush it from nothing to almost maximum amount of stack of her main DPS card. The middle one sounds kind of interesting because potentially you can get yourself 5 hits, but I mean, it's kind of a rare thing. You need to really use a lot of characters that don't have attack cards, which is kind of limits her potential, and you should get her in such situation that this card is going to be the only one attack card. In this case, it's going to work. Really niche, so not the best option. The last 2 options, I mean, they're okay, not the best one. I'm just going to skip them. And yeah, the last one already mentioned, the Shadow of the Moon. Whenever you're going to get yourself 5 stacks, you're going to upgrade it to the second one tier, then to the third one, fourth, and maximum you're able to bring it to tier 5. Whenever it's going to be the case, the amount of damage you're able to deal is going to be really insane. So that's the whole way of how you're able to play her rotations. You're going to apply the Karmic Flames to opponent, you're going to use Tsukiyomi, you also have the Bound at Dusk, which is going to increase damage of your Shadow of the Moon card and decrease cost of random cards in your hand. You have Oni Hunt, which is a multi-hit. In general, it's able to deal certain decent damage and is able to stack your Will-O-Wisp really decent within a single one rotation, within a single one turn, and deal decent damage with your main DPS card. Now, when we discussed all her cards and the way how she is working, about teams. And here is an interesting thing, because you're not able to recover AP. And I mean, we're speaking here about Mika, because I believe overall she is a single one character which has, like, in her basic general cards, some cards which are going to recover AP, generate AP. She's not going to work properly with Chizuru, but also she is a decent healer. So here is the flaw that I have here. Maybe I'm a little bit wrong, maybe you can fix me in the comment section and tell me that I'm messing up this moment a little bit, but yeah, When we're speaking about the chaos mode, the zero lap for example, it's quite tough to finish it at higher stages, especially on nightmare difficulty, without a proper healer, because you're going to lose HP, even not if you're going to receive a lot of damage, but some characters are going to go crazy. Yeah, fall in deep trauma, and you're going to lose HP. You won't be able to really recover it a lot, and when we're reaching the points of final boss, you won't be able to manage it to maximum amount of HP, and even if you're going to be full, the damage that the boss is going to deal, it's quite a lot. And HP is really a lot, and to survive it you really need to kind of recover your HP. So I found it kind of tough to survive and finish runs without Mika, without proper healing, to be honest. Maybe using a proper shielder is going to be a good option. Yeah, why not? It might be the case. I didn't try it out myself, but it might be an option. In my case I have Khalib, and to be honest, with Chizuru they're not working really great. I mean, it's possible, but you're limited in terms of AP, you're not able to generate AP, and all the cards from Khalib, they're expensive, and you have no ways of how you're able to activate them with playing Chizuru, because all of your cards, they're going to cost 1 AP. Here's, yeah, like a downside a little bit. Which characters are going to pair really decent? Rei is going to be a perfect fit for Chizuru, because she's going to buff our damage output by a lot and really buff our basic cards, which in certain cases might be really insane. So she's a really great support in terms of damage output for Chizuru. They're pairing well. It's like they're really created for each other. Maybe you're able to use Tressa, which is going to apply agony stacks, and in this case you're going to have a build which is going to be based off agony and sets specifically for Chizuru that are going to deal more damage based off agony, and so on and so forth. Veronica is still a decent and a good one option as a passive damage dealer, as the character which is going to scroll deck faster, and in certain cases it's really important to find certain key cards and use all of your rotations, but you really need to do it pretty much cost effective, so you need to get yourself Epiphanies which are going to cost 0 and help you scroll the deck faster. Potentially you are able to think about some other characters like a supportive DPS character which are going to deal some passive damage, or also going to have quite cheap cards in their decks. Nia might be a good option here as well as a supportive character. Cassius is going to be playable to again scroll the deck faster, and he has some healing card, but I mean, yeah, it's not a proper healing, to be honest. Not at all. Maybe you're even able to pair her with Karen, who is also going to deal some decent amount of damage, but here is going to be a flaw again because he has quite a lot of expensive cards. Once again, the main struggle for me was about healing, and it's specifically in terms of chaos mode, the zero lap. You need to really think about survivability, and maybe you still need to use Mika just, you know, for healing purposes, even not for recovery of AP or something like that, just to heal yourself, and that's it. And the other main character is going to be Rei, who is going to buff our damage output, for example. Now, with the team compositions, I believe that's pretty much it, and I'm going to try to show you a battle when I'm going to reach the second stage with Chizuru. Oh, here we go with the second team. We're going to start. I'm going to switch this one card, probably all the rest I kind of need them. Yeah, got really good one card anyways. We're going to start with this one. We're going to use this one. So we applied the stack here. We created the shadow of the moon. We're going to activate this one card. I'm going to play this and this because why not? Now we're going to skip the turn. Okay, so now we have a lot of cheap cards in our hand. We're going to use this one because I can. We're going to use this one as well. Ah, this is a shame. He's going to... Oh my god. It's actually a really bad one thing because he ate the forbidden card, which is really decent. That one, which is going to cost 9. I actually forgot to mention the forbidden cards. Yeah. I mean, the best one fit is a multi-hit card, which is going to cost 9 AP, but the cost of it is going to be reduced after a certain amount of rolls. So, yeah, just for you to keep in mind, this is actually one of the best cards, in my opinion, for her. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Created the card. So overall, our deck can be really cost effective. Okay. Yeah, we're going to activate it, why not? Nothing really good. Okay. Now, this might be an interesting one, actually. So I'm going to increase damage from this one card. I'm going to use the ego skill from my partner from Chizuru. We're going to roll a couple cards. Tsukiyumi, this is great. Great card, this is great. So multi-hit, 1, 2. Yeah, I can't play everything, but this still might be some kind of a decent one turn, because we're able to get a lot of stacks. We're able to upgrade already to level 3. Now we're using this forbidden card. Okay, so we are at level 4 and I'm missing a little bit. With this one I won't be able to break to get 1 AP, so yeah, I guess we need to use at upgrade level 4 because we applied a lot of different buffs to this card. Not bad. Not bad damage. You can go higher. It can be way more damage than you see right now. But yeah, still some kind of a decent one turn. Damage is going really nice. We're able to scroll the deck a little bit. Nice. We're going to get more cards. and this is working pretty much cost effective. We can get moral stacks, nice. And unfortunately this is not 4 hits, but in our case, for example, if you're able to get additional multi-hits for some other characters, this is working also really great. Using this one right now. And it's at maximum level of upgrades. Now we're able to use it, and for example, if you have some other buffs available during your turn right now, it can go even higher. I actually forgot about the partner, which can give me 1 additional moral stack. It is what it is. Yeah, this was the last one turn, so overall not too bad, I guess. She's able to deal damage, and quite a decent one. So I would say in case of Chizuru, you really need to plan the way of how you're going to use your turns, of how you're going to use cards, how to get the most amount of stacks, how to get the most amount of damage from your main DPS card, how to get more hits from all the other characters, and in general the style of a gameplay of her, it's interesting, it really is. And also, before we're going to finish, let me show you the decks that I was able to get myself. So here, exactly the deck that I was playing. As you can see, 2 basic attack cards, the Karmic Flames, which is costing 2 AP. I mean, okay, but during this run I didn't have a full understanding of how she working, this card specifically. So yeah, I mean, okay, it's not like a huge disadvantage, but still, yeah. The Tsukiyomi with 2 Will-O-Wisp, yeah, without Epiphany. I wasn't able to get myself Epiphany, insane. This one, which is going to decrease cost of 2 random cards by 1 AP, great one. I was able to get myself 2 Oni Hunt, which is also perfect. The Gloomy Godmother, the monster card, nice, and Forbidden card with 9 AP, working great. The gears you can see, some other options which I was able to get myself. Here's not a good example, this one I need to delete, quite honestly. Yeah, this one I was just trying to get myself like more of a single target, not working really great. Here, for example, I got myself with Upgrade, the Tsukiyomi. The other one is just a general one, which is going to give 2 Will-O-Wisp stacks per hit, 1 Oni Hunt with 4 multi-hits, the monster card, which is going to play 1 card from the bottom of the deck, the Forbidden card, which is costing 9 AP. This one without any Epiphanies, yeah, I wasn't able to get anything. Overall, not a bad one thing, but not the best so far. This one without Epiphanies as well, so yeah, like crazy. And this one is messed up, so I wasn't able to get myself the perfect deck so far, still in the process of farming. So yeah, that's like an overview. In my opinion, she's fairly decent, pretty much balanced character. She's able to deal a lot of damage within right rotations. The only issue is with survivability during the zero system run if you're not going to use Mika. And for me it was like, I don't really want to use Mika because I'm not able to recover EP. Like, why should I use her there? But without the proper healer, I guess it's an issue. So yeah, it is what it is. hope this video is going to be helpful for you. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Take care.